Hello. We are going to go upstairs together. I'm under you right now. Go upstairs.
Aha! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the next episode of FAE News Network. We are the second one here for 2020. I'm Fairy Princess Lolly, your host, and I am here with these two yahoos, Baron Gunther Hammerhands. Yahoo! And Ion the Leprechaun. Yes. Why are you wearing a hood?
I thought we were supposed to wear hoods.
I thought that you really hated wearing.
I didn't wear a hood, but you told me whenever we have a secret council meeting, I'm supposed to have a hood on.
This is not a secret meeting.
It's not.
No, this is FAE News.
So about place then.
We are using the magical interrogator device to speak to the world at large across the hedge.
So I don't need a high
Where's Gunther? Where's
See?
Gunther? I see Ion.
Maybe I'm the only one who can see him.
I see some kind of enigmatic stranger.
Is he a figment of my imagination? Because that would be horrible.
That's a
like
terrible
Mr.
imagination.
Snuffleupagus.
He seems to be there.
Right, then, well, I'll do this way.
Yes. Now, I just want to say a little reminder really quick. If you are watching or joining us from Facebook, please make sure that you give StreamYard permissions to see your name. Otherwise, you are just Facebook user number 1, number 2. Actually, you don't even get numbers. You're just Facebook user, all of you. So please give StreamYard the permissions. I see. Are you multiplying Count Morbid? Is that what's happening over there?
Yeah, like cloud of Count Morbid.
Pay no attention to the sounds of children crying in the background, by the way.
But that's your pirate trainee.
When I pick.
Yes. Apprentice in the Dark Arts.
Apprentice of the Dark Arts.
He has a
I
pinky
see.
of evil.
A pinky of evil then.
Okay.
I want a pinky of evil.
No.
Also, I may be on mute for a moment because he's really sad about getting ready for bedtime. So I may have to put mute on to not hear the screams of the damned.
Oh. That's it. That's all you have to do in order to hear screams of the damned is tell your apprentice of the dark arts that it is bedtime and
It's far too dark for him to stay up.
can you bottle those and sell them at the Goblin Market?
Wait, what now?
Can you bottle the screams of the damned and sell them at the Goblin Market?
Why don't we ask the goblin?
But yes, I think I need to mute for a little bit and just sit here and look pretty.
Oh, okay. Then you, I guess, do what you will. We will start out our evening actually with the normal thing that we start out with in the beginnings of I'm very proud of us actually for being super on time tonight.
It's been a trend today, actually.
And we have been on time everywhere today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first thing that we do, don't look so excited over there, Count Morbid. I wave my cat's tail to you. So the first thing that we usually do is we go over the events, the upcoming events of the season, which I'm excited for because we actually have a ton of them, which I'll get to here at the end. What day are we on? We are on the 22nd. So January 24th to the 26th, we have Conflict in Seattle. And also, this says the 24th to the 16th. I'm assuming that's a typo. But also this weekend, we have Wizard World in Portland. The next thing that I have on my handy... Scare the cat.
Listen, if I get clawed because of this...
Yes, on my handy list. The next thing that I have here is actually what would be our Shenanigans, the Groundhog Day.
Okay, listen. It's not a shenanigan. It's serious business.
Ooh, but you know what arrived? So we're having Groundhog Day Shenanigans at the AFK, and that's on February 1st at 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. We are crashing a birthday bash, and there will be, of course, regular FAE games. It is also a dross opportunity for any of you out there who are part of the Patreon family. But guess what arrived? And I should have brought it here, but maybe you could go get it.
Was it in the white thing?
Yes.
All right, hang on.
Yes. We got Groundhog Day hats, Groundhog hats.
You know, where's Barry the lead there?
Right to the left. Right to the left. I think that's it. Is it soft and squishy? Yes, I'm very excited about this. I guess we're gonna have a small unboxing because our groundhog hats arrived the other day, and so.
Are these hats for groundhogs or groundhog shaped hats?
Well, we don't have any groundhogs. Yes, thank you for this lovely knife. Nobody feel the need to scream or run. I'm totally safe with this.
By safe, that means we're gonna get stabbed. By safe, I mean ion.
I'll use my left hand.
Oh no.
By safe, that means there'll be a combination.
I didn't wear my armor, all right?
Are you actually calling me dangerous?
Right.
You said, I am, in fact, formidable.
You are
with-
the chainsaw princess.
I do know how to operate one of those. Yes, the electrical tooth shark. All right.
Who gave her a knife?
At least she knows how to open and close it.
All right. There's two different types of hats. This is them. This is them. Okay. Okay. This one is for you, and this one is for you. Yes. And this one is for me. So you guys. So mine's like a little.
You got a Russian hat.
Look at it, so cute. Yes, it's great. Yes, I got your guys's kind of like headbands so that you can put them on over.
Does this look like something I could put on over this?
Ew.
Look, no, I got horns. It's a thing.
Now you might have to, finagle it. That's a good word.
There we go. This makes you happy when I do this. Sorry.
And then this is mine, and I'm very excited about this.
Now I'm a hat rack.
Yes, that's good. Here, actually, we have one more for you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
All right. Hat rack cover hands. It's close to the Cuisinarts hat rack, but
Isn't it Gunther hat rack hammer hands?
I mean that name might stick.
That is the burden that wears the crown.
You may have just doomed yourself.
Yeah. That's no worse than me wearing the crown on the horns.
So yes, so we're actually really excited about this one because our friend the Golden Dragon, who has been helping us manifest Dreamhaven into the land of real lately, is having a birthday, and so we are going to crash his birthday, and it's a Groundhog Day celebration. So we got some Groundhog hats, and
I'm not gonna say.
yes, we're going to take bets on whether or not maybe not formal bets. I don't know, some kind of betting, some kind of wagering on whether or not the groundhog will or will not see his shadow. This could be an opportunity for you to win amazing amounts of dross. That is a thing. So the next thing on our list of events is
I'm going with one.
you're going with won't.
Right.
Tacos.
You're going tacos don't count in this.
I'm not allowed to place bets.
Why not? Why are you not allowed? Hold on. Why are you not allowed to place bets?
A gift card.
Because I got to run the pool.
It's for hanging on the
Well,
tree.
the last time we talked, you were trying to set up a racket.
That's right. That's why I'm not allowed to place the bets.
How much woodchuck would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck?
Oh, here we go. See, you did
as
that.
much wood as a woodchuck could chuck. If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Oh, that was impressive. I didn't know that part.
See,
I only know the first part.
you
and I'm
see,
very fast at it.
she shot the first part at me as soon as she saw the hats.
Right? And did you know that a groundhog is in fact a woodchuck? That's another name for it. I mean, I
Are you a
learned
junior
that in the
woodchuck?
process of finding.
A junior wood. Actually, I'm trying to remember. There was a cartoon
Soviet
where their
wood.
version of the Boy Scouts were called.
She's Soviet woodchuck. She put hat on and said "No Svidanya."
It's Do Svidanya.
Well, not when I say it.
Which is otherwise known as wrong.
Right.
Do Svidanya? Wait, what?
The way
No,
he
the way I
said
said it's wrong.
Oh, the way you said it, I was like, it doesn't mean wrong.
Don't say it, man. Wrong.
You said it was just otherwise known as wrong, but I didn't know if you were replying to me. What's a hem?
Is that Bozo the Clown?
Bozo the Clown. What?
It's Bozo the Clown right there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. He was very popular in the area around the
Oh my God!
Lake of Michigan. It's
The
Bozo
queen!
the
The queen is watching!
Oh no.
She wants to know if they're made of real groundhogs. Go ahead, Gunther. Taste it.
Taste it to check.
Is it a real groundhog?
Baby face.
That one ain't.
I mean, you
Oh.
just slobbered all
Oh.
over it. And if you weren't, if it must be real, because if it wasn't real, if it was, imaginary, you wouldn't be able to slobber on it. And that was mine. Why couldn't you slobber on your own?
Because yours actually
Hey,
tastes like.
did you say the queen is watching? Does she
Yes!
think I look pretty tonight? Do
I don't know. You'll have to ask her. I mean, Count Morbid, I think you always look pretty because you are the prettiest, and that is our agreement.
Oh Lord,
Yes.
that's your
See?
Although
agreement.
I did get you a little light up crown.
What? Really?
Well,
I got you a gift too. I haven't mailed
well,
it
no,
yet.
it's from New Year's Eve, and it's just a little plastic crown that lights up. Doesn't even look as good as your average plastic tiara. It's just like a big. It's a big blocky crown that lights up.
But you were thinking of me, and that's so thoughtful.
I would name
That-
it.
which
Well, I
is-
was also getting anti-nausea meds at the same time, so.
Right.
I'm as thoughtful as you're capable of being.
I would name it. Mini-Me.
We got you a present.
Uh-oh.
Did.
Is it
It's-
picking?
She
It's a
doesn't know
thing.
what it
You
is.
got me a cat?
I did. This one right here. You can take it with you right now. Come get it.
You can't.
You can. It doesn't. It deserves to be eaten. Yes.
This is Geocat. This is the one that we found when we were in the Kingdom of Grass, which is to say North Dakota, in the middle of nowhere, in the snow,
In the shoe.
in the shoe. Well,
Saying
she was-
North Dakota in the middle of nowhere is somewhat redundant.
I
That's-
told her I don't think North Dakota actually exists. It's like Wyoming. People just vaguely think it's there, but no one has any proven evidence it exists.
We drove through it. We do. We stayed in a castle there.
Do you have evidence that
I
that,
do.
that it exists as a state of being?
Is
Yes.
it like rodents of unusual size?
We have those too.
Unusual. Oh no, not the thing again.
I do believe
No.
they exist.
This
I do
does
believe.
taste
Ronan,
like
I do believe.
this does taste like a woodchuck. To say.
Okay, so back to for like the third time that I'm trying now. This I can pet. See, precious. Okay, I have to
No,
hold it
Mr.
straight like
Bond.
this though. Sharks with laser beams on their head.
Journey to the center of the back.
Is that right?
Oh, that's an Adam episode.
So
They're freaking laser beams.
sharks with freaking laser beams on their head. Okay, so after Groundhog Day, where we're gonna take bets on the groundhog and do some other shenanigan-y things, and also wear groundhog hats on February 2nd, we are having an IMBOLC Fairylight circle, and that will also be up here in Everett. You can find the. Everybody has to have something, I suppose. You can find the event for that on our Facebook portal. So the next event that is coming up on our schedule here is February 1st. Well, it's all on the same weekend. So February 1st, kick off the cons. That's in Renton, Washington. And February 1st, also Nerd Fair Con, and that is in Linwood. And then we have February 7th, we have Fool's Cap in Seattle, Washington. And then February 14th to the 16th, that is Valentine's Day weekend, as it is every year, which is RadCon in Pasco, Washington. And that pretty much catches us up to date for about the next month's worth of events. Yes?
When are we going to go to the light thing?
Oh, yes. We're having shenanigans at the Portland Light Festival on February 6th. And
I thought it was important because it fell in there.
I just got the confirmation that we have our room reserved at a game store that is near OMSI, the name of which,
Dragon.
no, it's
Guardian
game
Games?
something. No, it's game something. And I cannot remember it off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find it I'd say really fast, but you know, we're talking about my portal, and my portal likes to go really slow.
Are you talking about the one that my hookup gave us?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
And your contacts in the land of real came in quite useful in this matter. So we'll be.
We'd like to thank you, Yvonne. Thank you.
Yes.
If you're watching.
And we'd also like Morbid to excuse himself politely.
No, he's good.
Clown did it.
Listen, if you start doing that and you don't set a better example.
I'm Sealy. I'm pretty
hate
sure
you
setting
so
a
much
good
right now,
example is
John
not in
Morbid.
my job description.
From the little bottom of my Sealy heart. Yes.
By the way, so again, since we were talking about plans, does Ion have his plans for March 17th yet?
Wait, for what?
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, do you have plans for St. Patrick's Day yet?
They're still in the works.
Still in the works. But we have been working on that corner frame, and hopefully that will be up in the Fairy Market store by the end of the week.
I look forward to buying one and using it and being very excited and using my dross to get it at a good deal for participation.
You were the one who wanted to make maximum usage of all your wall space by being able to look
Yes.
at pictures around corners.
Yes. I've been
Eyes that
hanging,
follow you around
I've
corners.
been hanging axes and tridents and baskets and various things over my room walls.
I like the eyes looking around the corner.
Mhm.
That one's good. Did we suggest the MC Escher one?
MCA.
I don't recall that one.
Well, so the frame. Hey, pick it up. Let's show everybody.
Pick it up.
So this is the frame that Ion made, and it's a corner frame, so it goes on the corner of your wall. And one of the things we were talking about
On
was
or in.
what?
On.
It goes on
No,
a corner. So like, you know, if this was the corner of the wall, it goes like this, right? So you can see around the corner. And the thought is that if you take your picture and you put a picture in it like this, but the picture is of the corner of the wall, but it's a picture that looks like this, then it would create a 3D effect. Like you have a weird hole in your wall, even though you don't. People might try to touch it, and that would be hilarious. They, you know, sort of like when you're in a fun house and you don't know if it is a mirror or a piece of glass, and you try to touch it and everything fails.
It could
Now,
be
my
Bruce Lee.
suggestion is to also get a second one of these and actually have a hole in the wall and put a cup in it. And then when you walk by, people are like going trying to touch the first one, they can't get in, and you walk in, grab the cup out of the second one, start drinking from it.
He's in the marketing department.
Boy, I guess so.
Okay.
That's kind of a hilarious idea. Or if there's just like if they're up above each other.
I write scripts too, folks.
What? I am. Oh wait, I think I've gone too far.
Oh, wait,
I'm
I
looking
did
for
go
the
on.
name of the place.
I'll get it. Hang on. Oh, I got it.
It is what? You don't have to get up. It's right here. It is Guardian Games. That is where we have a meetup spot planned for 2 p.m. on February 8th, which is a Saturday.
Guardian Dragon.
Yes, so
That's
we're going
the
to.
name that I said, and you said, no, that's not it.
Yeah,
It is.
that's the name he said.
Oh, I must not have been listening to you. So like
So
Wednesday,
like you. So like you.
It's Wednesday, whatever.
Such is my lot in life. We are made to suffer.
You mostly. I mean, it's
Suffering Slua. Who'd have thunk?
you know in that story, The Princess Bride, where one of her favorite pastimes was torturing the farm boy. I am in fact drawing a parallel here, Count Morbid. I'm torturing. You are my farm boy.
He does have a farm.
He does have a farm.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wait, what?
He just-
But Queen of Slime. Queen of Filth.
Filth, muck,
You
poo,
Putrescence.
putrescence. Yes, I actually could do that if I started from the top. I know all of it. the whole little monologue.
Why does that not shock me?
Because I memorize things. It's one of my talents.
You are very talented at it.
Yes. So we don't actually. So I also a little bit of exciting news. I can't share all of the details yet, but we got confirmation today. So it's going to be a go that in April we have a space and we're going to go ahead and do a Earth Day Glow Garden event. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be neon.
Earth.
What?
Stupid Earth.
Stupid Earth. Did you say April 22nd?
No, April 11th. And I can't give all the details out just yet, but they will all be published here well, most of them will be published here in the next couple of days, but I'm very excited. And Lady Ash, who is also from that area, she is very excited. She says that sounds like an amazing, awesome event. So should be good times. Man.
They'll be glowing.
Do you do that all the time? You just stand in the mirror and make faces at yourself? Okay, so we have guests that are waiting to come on, and before we have our guests, we have to do our drawing.
The drawing.
Yes, we have to do a drawing for the mead, and since the winner of last week's drawing did not claim their prize, this week's drawing, the one that we are about to do now, is actually for last week's prize, which is this wizard feather quill. Yes, with scented ink, and also for a bottle of your choice of mead. And the flavors you get to choose from are orange strawberry, mandarin, no, orange strawberry, blood orange strawberry, something like that. Maybe it was peach strawberry, whatever. Blueberry and honey. They're from Berserker Meadery. And so
It doesn't matter. It's mead. Hand it to me.
Nope.
Do you have any honey flavored?
Yes, there's a regular classic honey, the blueberry, and then I think it's peach strawberry is what the third flavor was. And the winner gets to choose. So we are now going to go ahead and do the drawing. Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Listen, what's that noise? Was that you, Count Morbid?
I think actually came from behind me.
Oh,
There was a
ghost in the machine.
A geocat.
I think it was Chuck.
She's just
okay. Here we go. On your marks, get set. Boop.
Gio's just doing laps at this
Yep.
point. Did it go? Do it?
Yes, we have so many entries. I'm really excited. We had tons and tons, and Sir Nettle made sure that they got in as many entries as possible. So they got all 3 out of 3 entries. They really wanted to win this, but we'll see. Here we go. Oh my God! It better not be. No way.
It is.
Oh.
Wait. Okay, that's not.
I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, he won.
Joel Wyndham, you are the winner of both the quill and the Berserker Meadery mead. You have 48 hours, that's until the end of the day on Friday, to make a comment on this stream once it's all over and done with in order to claim your prize. If you do not claim your prize in that time, then it will simply stack, and at the next FAE News, that winner will possibly get 3 prizes that have gathered up.
It's
So
starting to sound like a lottery at this point.
hey, you know, gonna be the mega prize. So congratulations to you. And let me unshare. Stop sharing. Yay. Stop sharing.
I don't know if that.
All right. Are you guys ready for our super exciting guest tonight?
Yeah. I'm super excited.
No, you're not excited. You're not ready for that?
He's never ready.
I'm excited.
All right. Let us bring them in from behind the Count Morbid. What is he doing?
He's playing with the camera. It's just.
All right. Here we go. We're going to add them.
What?
What? Oh, Sith Lord. You brought Sith Lords onto the show.
My contacts extend wide and far.
Look, they look like Sith Lords. They're making the Sith Lord pose.
Oh, Sith Lords, no. We are agents of the Cloakwood.
Oh, agents of the Cloakwood. Gunther
I blend in.
he's here in solidarity.
Ah, welcome, brother.
I hear there's going to be a troll home this
Love
year.
the lighting, dears. Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yes. So welcome to our show. Would you like to please introduce yourselves, agents of the Cloakwood?
Ah,
Sith Lords.
well, our names are unimportant. It's more of what we represent that's important.
Yes.
We are just
That's-
merely shadows.
So you're assassins.
I mean, that's legit. I'm in.
It's all a matter of how you look at it, really.
I'm just saying, if you need a guy to remove a body, I'm your guy. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Good to know. Good to
No,
know.
I'm not hearing them at all. They're really sneaky.
Oh, are we too quiet? Hello?
That sounded good. I didn't think you were too quiet. I could hear
How
you.
about
Maybe Corbett is just old and different.
That actually happens fairly regularly. That for some reason I can't hear. Like usually I can't hear Ion when he's in another window.
So
Okay, maybe we need to speak louder.
you are a jerk. Ion is doing the thing that you that we were accusing you of doing earlier. So
Anyway, enough about talk to
yes,
the
what was that?
unseelie evil forces.
Ah,
The unseelie evil what?
so I suppose we've been
Forces
brought
of
here to
evil.
hear more about the
Darkness.
Cloakwood.
Yes, that I am highly interested in hearing about the Cloakwood. So you are an organization of I mean, not assassins
Or Sith Lords.
or Sith Lords.
Oh no, we're more like scouts. Really, the Cloakwood is about the creatures that live there.
The Cloakwood is really dark. It looks something like this. I mean, it's kind of hard to see because of how
Ooh.
dark it is, but that's the best I could do. So, just for a
Well, hold
general
on,
idea.
hold on, let's see if we can-
we
yes, you know,
Yeah, and there's a
only
little
our-
portal there. You see the
Good.
portal.
That's a great map.
And then
It
little
is-
goblins pop out sometimes. So, you know.
Oh, I see.
So I guess that makes me want to ask the question of what kind of screams were they? The screams of hell, the hellish screams. What kind of screams did that child thing of yours make, Count Morbid? Is that a
Screams of
sort
the
of thing
Damned,
you can
maybe?
bottle and screams of the damned? Yes, is that a thing you can bottle and sell at the Goblin Market? If you are, I have never been to the Goblin Market myself.
I am pretty sure I picked
First
it up
rule of Fight
there
Club.
a few decades ago.
First rule of Fight Club.
You don't talk about Fight Club, right?
You were at a Goblin Market a few days
I
ago.
made that joke earlier.
That you don't talk about Goblin Market.
Don't talk about Goblin Market.
Okay, hold on. So you don't tell your names. You don't give too many
Goblins are very,
details
very
about your
secretive
secret
things.
and mysterious Illuminati-like organization of assassins. And
I suppose, as far as names goes, the most familiar things that you may have seen is the goblins: Maker,
The
Breaker,
shadowy
Duster,
forces, they hate that.
Nabber.
Hold on. They have names?
Oh, the goblins, yes,
The
they do have
goblins
names.
do. The other
I didn't know
creatures
they had
don't
names.
necessarily. Not names that you'd understand.
I mean, goblin names are very cultural to their occupation. So their names change as they gain experience and adapt new roles.
oh, see, you know,
Like Duster, for instance, is the goblin that dusts and cleans things because he went to the best etiquette school, Buttons Goodbye.
Yeah, but nobody wanted him anymore there because he didn't do a very good job cleaning.
No,
So
yeah.
now he just tries to clean all of our messes, does a terrible job, makes me very not me, of course. I mean, makes
Makes the rest of the goblins
them very upset.
it makes them. Goblins get
understand
upset
why.
when you try to clean their messes.
Oh, of course, that's like a goblin work of art. You're destroying their art by cleaning their mess.
They
Well,
worked
I
very
don't
hard for that.
All kinds of goblin lore.
It's something that
Here
trolls.
this evening.
It's something that trolls and goblins actually share in common.
Gunther just said that all the goblins look alike, and I told him that was very, very racist.
I didn't say
That's
that.
very
Well,
racist
don't
of you.
agree.
I mean, you just have to look closer. Like I said, they have very distinct, wrinkles and scars.
Some have udders in unusual places,
Listen, that's a long way down for me to look.
Oh, all right. I have a question. Since we're talking about goblin lore this evening, the last time there was goblins at the Midsummer Games, one of them was blue.
That was weird.
What does that mean? What's that mean if they do they have a bluing instead of a greening when they become adult?
That is Faker.
What's that?
And Faker believes that he is a goblin, but he's in fact
did
an
you say
ogre.
Faker or Baker?
Faker.
Faker. And so he's actually an ogre.
Yes, but he really believes that he is a goblin. Very much believes. It's a little sad.
Yeah, I mean the other goblins, they try sometimes to accept him as a goblin,
Not Breaker.
but not Breaker.
Breaker will never accept that.
Breaker doesn't.
No.
Will not accept Faker's fake truth.
Well, how did he come to be orphaned in like this, such that he had no ogre family?
When a mommy ogre and a daddy ogre don't want
Goblin
their
Town
ogre
is merely an outpost in a realm of Cloakwood on the outskirts. And so we get a lot of people with low lives and all sorts. We have trolls that come in and eat all of our scraps, and we just can't get rid of
no for their lives.
Yeah, we have a
I think Elder takes exception to the troll comment.
Yeah, it's not all of us are low lives, just the bridge trolls and the internet trolls.
Internet trolls are the worst of the trolls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't even accept internet trolls. I mean, to be truthful, to get a straight answer or truthful answer out of Faker, you probably have better odds making pigs fly.
Well, what if you ask the opposite question? That way, when he gives you the not truthful answer, the opposite of the answer is closer to the truth.
That sounds like door knocker psychology.
Yeah, I don't think an ogre's smart enough to pick up what you're putting down.
But that's the point, right? It is. It's
Unless
very
it's a really nice hot potato, then he'll definitely pick it up.
Hot potatoes. Okay. We can lure the ogre with hot potatoes.
Oh, I got some of them.
We don't talk about the other potato.
Not that one, but the other ones are okay, just not that one.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean about the other potato? What other potato?
That's a bit of forbidden goblin history. We don't talk about that.
That
No,
sounds like
that goes back to the Great Calamity and the Root War and all other such nonsense. It's terrible business.
The year of the stub
What's the
toe.
Root War? Tell us about the Root War.
Well, Root War was when Cloakwood itself began to rise up with wrath and anger and expand into the human territory. So the roots of the Cloakwood began expanding, and that was the beginning of the Root War. When the forest tried to take its vengeance against the greed of man.
Oh, see, I thought that it might have been a competition between like
various keepers.
like the Seelies and the Unseelie, the Seelie and Unseelie, and whoever could root the loudest, right? For
not
the
that
competitors,
kind of, not that kind of.
not that kind of rooting. Okay.
It's not a
No,
group.
No. Our story goes much deeper than that.
To the root of
you
the
get what I'm
issue.
saying.
Oh, that was clever. I mean, like bad dad joke clever. Are you a dad?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Last I checked.
I mean, we've taken many forms. What form am I taking today?
A Sith Lord. I told you this at the beginning of the show.
Okay, we're Sith Lords.
you have to see yourself.
Just have to check, it gets a little blurry sometimes, all these transformations.
I mean, while we're on the subject
That's
of,
why I got glasses yet.
I mean,
I think
while
you're
we're on the subject of goblin culture, there's something very important we need to bring up.
Oh,
See,
yes,
one of
okay.
my favorite goblin pastimes is Skullball.
Skullball.
Oh,
What
yes.
what is Skullball?
Skullball is a kind of a poor attempt at playing a style of, football, soccer, or whatever, the best thing that goblins could kind of associate to, human sports that they've spied on throughout the various centuries. So the rules of Skull Ball constantly change because goblins have short attention spans, but it generally involves taking a skull and kicking it around a field somewhere, trying to get it in between two posts that should hopefully have more skulls on them.
And the posts are often legs.
Mm-hmm.
Legs.
Often legs. I mean, and like I said, there are some loose rules. Primarily, the number one rule is that you can always bribe the referee with more bread and cheese to put the game in your favor. And there's lots of body parts everywhere.
Do you happen to know whether or not the goblins are going to petition to have an official Skull Ball tournament on the games lineup at Fairy Blossom Festival this year?
I'm pretty positive.
I do believe.
In fact, that might take precedent over their cooking show this year.
That sounds
until we got.
Yeah, so if they want to officially push for a new Skull Ball league at the games.
A new Skull Ball league.
Sounds like fun.
It does. I mean, it sounds like fun to watch. I can't imagine that I personally would be kicking or whatever you do with the skull at Skull Ball. Is it squishy or is it hard, crunchy?
Can you drink from it?
Human-like.
Oh, yes. When you win, you get to drink from the skull.
Yeah, the blood of your enemies. Can you drink it from the skull?
Oh, I mean, why not?
Look, Morbid's head is like, what? Blood of enemies drinking from a skull? He pops up,
I'm in.
I don't know if he would actually play Skull Ball so much as just watch it, Count Morbid. It seems like if anything that might make him have to, be breathless and overexert himself.
He would root for it.
He's a delicate flower. Right,
Would I
Morbid?
have the opportunity to trip small children?
Yes.
I mean, potentially. Depends on
there it is. Count Morbid's motivator. You guys are excellent at discovering people's internal secrets. I truly.
I don't think that was a secret.
And
Shadows
you better
take
watch out.
many forms, dears.
I wonder if we were to put, what's his name? Frank, Fabio. Frank, yes. I wonder if we were to put Frank's skull amongst all the other skulls, if Count Morbid would know which one was Frank.
They all look the same.
See?
So I actually would, because Frank has some green that's stuck on him from hanging out with goblins last year. There are smears of goblin on Frank.
That happens.
On
Got a
skull.
case of the
So
goblin
yes, I
rot.
could tell which one was Frank.
That goblin rot's the real thing. She had a goblin ear in her hair at one point. It came out of her hair. It ended up on my wall somehow. And then there was this green slime that trailed down my wall as the ear detached from what it was hung on.
It's actually kind of true.
It is very true.
Not last year, but the year before last year, the Queen gave me a pair of goblin ears so that I might be able to hear her whenever she summoned me. And so I had.
She for some reason thinks the goblins are going to listen.
So there they were, tied into my hair to one of my braids. And eventually they worked their way out on their own. And it's true. Then it happened exactly like he said. Then they were hung on the wall and then they sort of slimed down the wall. So this year I got a pair.
What have happened?
Wait, what?
They're goblin ears.
Well, yes. So, but I didn't know that goblin ears decomposed into slime. But this last year, see, I thought I got a pair of blue goblin ears to replace the previous goblin ears. But since they're blue, does that mean they're ogre ears and not goblin ears?
They're troll ears.
Most certainly.
I can't even hear the shadows, but I'd still much rather listen to them because Princess Lolly.
I mean,
No.
I want to hear the shadows.
Where's my gag when I need it now? So it is my understanding that you have brought with you some magical items from the Cloakwood. Yes, from the Cloakwood.
Magical items. I mean, there are a few things we kind of stole from the goblins as they have slept.
It's
Mostly,
pretty easy to do.
Is it actually possible to steal from goblins?
It's just repossession at that point.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
just this enchanted cleaning hat. I think it's just enchanted to stink all the time. I haven't quite figured out what the actual magic is in it yet. But, you know, it supposedly has some kind of goblin magic in it. I think it's mostly pretend.
Well, what's the difference between pretend magic and real magic?
And goblin magic.
Is that anything like the sorting hat?
More goblin-y and stinky.
I mean, maybe just sorting your garbage piles.
Leftovers.
You know,
Which would
into,
explain the magic, the stinky magic, right?
yeah,
It's a
I mean, as far as
category.
the difference between real magic and pretend magic, I guess one actually gets something done and the other thinks that they got something done.
We all have our gifts.
Well, I mean, if they think they got something done, then isn't perception reality?
That's,
And doesn't that mean that they did get it done and therefore magic is magic?
Right? That's how it works in goblin culture.
All,
Logic comes impeccable with me.
all magic is best magic. Yes?
Magic is magic.
it's legit. Write it on your shoe.
Let's see.
Yes, you can look at the end of your shoe and don't forget your lines.
Yeah. And nobody knows you. They just think you're looking down for a second, you know.
Well, for you, it's more like 5 minutes because you're slow at reading.
And I can't see.
I got a book for you.
Here's
She's
another relic. I played it for you earlier. This is one of the troll whistles. And whenever they're behaving out of line, this is a really nice little tool the goblins use to call them over. They like to make a big mess out of things sometimes. Like, they just mess everything up. So you just give it a nice little toot toot, and then they'll do a little scoot scoot, and they'll be right back in your pocket, and you're good to go.
Don't show her that. She'll try to use it on me.
Oh, show me how that works.
You'll put your eye out.
I love it.
It sounds like dying children or whatever you imagine it to be. It's quite lovely.
It is quite lovely. And you know what? Morbid loves the sound of dying children, I hear. So maybe it will summon him
That
too.
must be why Morbid and the goblins have some sort of weird little arrangement.
Well, he is dark fairy, so those underdwellers.
Yes.
All right. So the thing that I heard that you had with you was magic mushrooms. Is that true?
Oh, yes.
You must be speaking.
Yes. Do you have them? Oh, you do. We can actually see it. Can you hold it closer?
Can you blow it up?
Yes.
Here we are.
Nicely done.
Ooh, I love it. So this is what you have brought for the next drawing. Can you tell us about your magic mushroom?
Yes. These are handcrafted by an alchemist that lives within the Cloakwood. His true identity is a bit vague because he might be a shapeshifter, but he usually goes by the name of Elder Flame. We assume that he's probably very old, but
Hence the name
yes,
Elder.
hence the name Elder Flame.
Well, maybe he's named after an elder tree
Or an elderberry.
or an elderberry.
Yep, these were common in the Cloakwood as well. They're artificially made, but they tend to spread out wherever he is. Perhaps they're little guardians? I don't know.
Do you think he's perhaps related to Fern?
Maybe
Maybe.
you can
Mushroom
spell his
creature?
name. It's
Yeah.
We do have
L-
a Amanita that lives in the Cloakwood, and she's very sweet.
Yes,
I-
goblins are not the only thing in the Cloakwood.
So its magic powers are yet to be discovered.
Dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There.
I love it. I think this is a very
Don't
fine.
lick it.
What happens if you lick it?
I don't know. I mean, that's usually how alchemists figure things out, right?
She turns green, I'm gonna laugh.
I feel fine.
I give it a few
But I'm
hours.
not a human, so good luck.
You're very brave, but if you start saying off with his head, I think I shall become concerned. So we can find the Elder Flame on the Interocitor.
Yes, I believe he's adapted to the modern times.
That's this thing, the talk box.
Interocitor is a
Yes.
talk box?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a number of different things depending on the context in which you use the word. But in this case, it means this box that allows us to pierce the hedge and talk to the land of real.
It sounded like a lot of unneeded syllables.
Interocitor?
So, as you might have observed, trolls sometimes also have a short attention span like goblins.
Yes, they
They go
do.
ride bikes.
Sometimes they can't even finish their sentences.
I can't do it
Our
ever.
trolls can't even speak, really. I mean, not anything that we really understand. The ogre can understand them.
Yeah, the ogres, I think, maybe a point or two smarter.
Yeah, I think it's because he also thinks a little slow, so he can translate and understand them a little bit better than we can.
Yeah.
So, what part of the kingdom is the Cloakwood in? Is it in the northern part of, I guess the humans would call it Pacific Northwest?
The cloakwood is the cloakwood. It moves from place to place. We have these creatures called the shadow creatures, and they guard the cloakwood and make it move from place to place, and it hides in the dark. So
Oh, clever.
they have a set destination.
Yeah, it's kind of a place in between places that constantly moves.
How does one enter the Cloakwood, or is it a secret?
It usually just depends on where a portal shows up. You'll usually find the Cloakwood when nasty things like goblins and trolls show up.
Yeah, Goblin Town tends to be the big outpost of the Cloakwood, just because they like to have attention, and they also like to eat children, so they tend to open it a little bit more than the rest of the dwellers that live there.
Yeah, or be out in the night and find shadow creatures.
Well, that sounds fair. Yes.
Shadowy.
I sort of want to try. To find one of these goblin-esque portals.
I thought you were going to say, I want to try to eat a child. I was like, it's okay, but.
I don't eat children.
Oh.
I've heard it's very good.
They're strange.
They are stringy.
I mean, you wore goblin ears, so what's wrong with eating some children? Seems only
Right.
fair.
Wait, hold on. I didn't eat the goblin ears.
But you wore them. You wore them as decoration. Is it really so different?
It was in fashion.
Well, they say fantasizing is the first step.
Mm.
I mean, I guess it's kind of different. I did not slaughter any goblins and take ears off them for a goblin ear necklace or anything.
No goblins.
I'm not sure.
That's like the equivalent of you go to the grocery store and you wouldn't kill the animal, but you'll eat the animal because you didn't kill it yourself.
I mean, was it a free range goblin? Do we know it was fair trade?
Well, I don't
The
ever go
goblins-
to the grocery store.
The goblins are a protected species by the queen, I believe.
Wait, what?
I believe the goblins are a protected species by the. Oh my God!
And the queen was the one that gave her the ears. It's very confusing. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's like the realm of Fae. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Ah, yes. So in order for those on the far side of the hedge to enter the drawing for this magic mushroom, which I'm actually quite excited about, because I bet if they bring their magic mushroom to any one of our get-togethers, see, we do a similar thing too on the fairy side, where the fairies gather, kind of, fairy ring, so portal light transporting. So it's not that different, just
More of a slide than it is a transporter.
Anywho, in order for people on the other side of the hedge to enter to win this magic mushroom, they must put the magic word into their portal, into their Interocitor portal on the that clown is annoying me.
I heard Mos Eisley
Count Morbid.
Cantina song.
So we need a magic word. We need a magic word that the humans and whoever else might be watching, because I don't want to make any assumptions.
Alakazam.
No, wait. Let's see if Cloakwood has a magic word.
Okay.
It's their mushroom, right? Do you
Okay.
guys have a magic word that you would? Mushroom liquor.
It sounds like a person.
Oh, a magic word from the Cloakwood. I mean, I
Yeah.
can think of no other word other than darkness.
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 So in other words,
Wait,
when we go
I
without
hear-
flashlights.
Thriller in my head when you say that. Isn't that part of the beginning of darkness fills the air?
Oh, what is light without darkness?
All right. Darkness is the word. Word. Darkness is the word. If you would like to enter to win this amazing hand-sculpted magic mushroom, the powers of which are yet to be revealed. We're not entirely sure what it's capable of.
You were just so used to decreeing things. The darkness is the wood.
I would have
Like,
suggested
is that what it
Amanita
is?
as a word, but
So if others want to purchase items from Elder Flame and stuff, I assume there's a way for them to do that.
Yes. Well, first, you must enter the word darkness into the comments on the YouTubes when we are finished here with tonight's episode of FAE News Network. And if you would like to find Elder Flame and perhaps commission some magic item from him, you may do so at that little thing ticking across the bottom of your screen on Instagram Cracker, elder_flame_arts. And that is where you can find them. And then also, if you are interested in perhaps finding at least a peekaboo portal into the Cloakwood, then you can go to Facebook and look up Cloaktown. Is that correct?
Yes. Facebook does not want us to be Cloakwood yet, so we are transitioning from Goblin Town to Cloakwood, and so right now we are Cloaktown. And that's just
Cloaktown. Yes. Okay.
that's just how it is.
And then it's also Cloaktown on Instagram.
It's a lot of branding.
And it's Cloakwood _, yeah, on Instagram.
Yes. Well, the humans and their technology are not always quite as efficient as we would like them to be. But
I like to make things way more complicated than they really should be.
This is why we like goblin magic.
right? Not complicated at all. Perfectly logical. I agree.
If it rhymes, then it's true. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that.
And I just want you all to know that that's a fact.
Ayo.
This is how you know that my magic powers are real. If it rhymes, then it's true.
No.
no finger guns.
It rhymes and it rhymes, right?
No, I am very good at rhyming.
You are very good at the rhyme. Yeah, it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
All right. So I guess that it is, you've been here for actually quite some time. So thank you for joining us. And we are very glad to have had you here. So we will let you take your
Absolutely
leave.
terrible.
You what?
It's been absolutely terrible. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
I was going to share the same sentiment, man.
I'll try to make it even more miserable the next time.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
I thank my my hood to you.
Oh, why? Thank you. I took my crown.
Lady.
No, you didn't.
What?
You didn't even touch it.
You just touched your head.
It's the thought that counts. All right. Good evening.
Too much? Will coins fall out?
Him, they do. I mean, if you grab him by his, but if you were able to pick him up and shake him by his big toe, gold coin, it would be like that hedgehog that is the hoarder of all the coins.
Rings.
And when he trips and falls, they go everywhere. That's what it would be like if we were to pick you up and shake you by your toe. Gold would go everywhere. Now, I'm not saying goblins should try to do this or anything.
I'm telling you,
Or
I've tried
an
to do
ogre, a particular
It's
ogre that we know.
It sounds more secure than going to college.
I mean, all I'm saying is if your FAE vault suddenly has a decrease in gold, I guess we know where to look. The Cloakwood.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. No, wait. He is completely planning to do something and then blame you. That is what is going to happen. Look at his face. Uh-oh. I think they've disappeared on us. And like that, they were gone.
I've been accused of mischief.
And shenanigans? My goodness, never.
I would contribute to such malarkey.
Yes. All right. So, I should change this here. Let's see if I can update our little ticker. And I will add, if you would like a chance to win the handmade magic mushroom, you must enter the magic word darkness. Right? That's what it was, right?
They have to say it just like that.
Yes.
They have to type it like that. You know what? I would be impressed if people were to actually be like darkness or something, and they described that.
I think it's spelled with extra A's and R's that way.
A few extra
Like
S's.
CAAARRRRRRK.
R.
Darkness.
That sounds like something a pirate would say, man.
By the way, so I couldn't hear them, so I had a separate magic mirror up where I could hear what they were saying 10 seconds later. So that's how I followed.
How many minutes later?
10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds. I thought you said 10 minutes, and I thought, my goodness, that's a really long time.
No. I had my magic tablet set to it's made with the evil queen's apples.
Oh.
It's a little
yes. But yes, so I was on the magic tablet, and like I said, I could hear them if I wanted. I could hear them, but through what we're doing our little studio in, I couldn't hear them directly. So I kept responding to things they said like 30 seconds ago.
That explains much.
You were on top of the conversation, right? Oh yes. All right.
So we got some news items to
Yes,
go through?
yes, we do. Well, we have a selection of wacky news articles, and so as per usual, I shall give the audience the choice of news articles. Let me find. Let's see. Here we go. So, okay, we'll just go with the first two. The two articles to choose from are Viking runestone may trace its roots to fear of extreme weather. At first, I thought that said water, and I thought the Vikings were afraid of water. How did they get anywhere?
They stayed on boats away from them.
Yes, that's why they made such great boats.
You know, one time I had a giant turtle that liked to float in the water, and I put a cat onto the back of the giant turtle in the middle of a lake, right? So I took the cat with me, and we went out to the middle of a lake, and then I let the cat go, and the cat walked around the back of the giant turtle and hated so much being surrounded by water that the cat actually leapt into the lake and swam all the way back to shore. It had to be at least 25 meters.
Mm.
I'm not actually sure how far that is, but
She's sure that's what it was.
So a meter is roughly from my chin to my fingertips.
I thought a meter was how far you
that's
had
the
to
thing
go
to know about
until
cats.
you found the girl.
To meter.
Yes,
I thought a meter was.
it could be quite variable
use the mat.
depending on where she's located.
I thought a meter was.
Istanbul, for example.
Not Constantinople.
I thought a meter was what a cab driver turned on when he was driving you from one place to another.
Oh man, that's also a good point. So what were you trying to say, Count Morbid?
Cats use the metric system.
Oh, why? I didn't know that, but I'm glad that you've clarified. Okay, so article number 1 is Viking runestone may trace its roots to fear of extreme weather. And if you want to hear this article, then type number 1 into the comments now. If you want to hear article number 2, which is the dark connection between UFOs and grisly mutilations, press number 2. So yeah, into the comments is, oh, we didn't get a timer, did we?
Please alone.
No, grisly mutilations like. So article number 1, if you would like to hear number 1, press number 1, and it's Viking runestone may trace its roots to fear of extreme weather. And article number 2 is the dark connection between UFOs and grisly mutilations. But this is a long time. Didn't we time this timer the other day?
Yeah, it accounts for the delay.
It's a minute and a
No,
half,
it's.
basically.
I thought you said it was more than that. I thought you said it was like 3.
No.
It's a minute and a half. We can't wait for this whole thing. I mean, maybe we can just wait for half of it to go. Yes, we are looking at you out there across the hedge, humans in the land of real. Actually, you don't necessarily have to be humans in the land of real. You could just be visiting or stuck in the land of real currently and be some other kind of denizen that we're unaware of. But if you want to hear about Vikings, type number 1. And if you want to hear about
UFOs.
Yes, UFOs and grisly mutilations, press number 2. And the first number to come through is the number, is which one we will read. Nope, not number 3. There is no number 3. Yes, number 1, Vikings. Number 2, UFOs.
5's right out.
5 is right out. Yes. 1 or 2 shall be the number of the counting, and the number of the counting shall be 1 or 2. Oh, okay. I guess we're going to hear about number 1 because that is what I have seen first. All right. Let us find the share button. What?
So
I don't get that joke.
If Viking, it's a perfect movie.
Apparently, I've killed Count Morbid.
Again?
So if Vikings are especially afraid of weather,
I don't think they're afraid of weather. I think
how
they're using
tough
it as
is
a tool.
Afraid of weather.
Okay. Uh-oh. So is it just me? What is so funny? I missed something. What did I miss? What have I missed?
I don't know. I missed
What did I miss?
Everything is weather.
Is it
It's
funnier that I
always
missed
weather.
it somehow? What?
There's always weather. You can't be afraid of being like just existing.
Well,
Mean bad weather?
But that's what the article says. And besides, it doesn't say the Viking runestone may trace its roots to fear of just weather. It says fear of extreme weather, which isn't weather.
For the record, that's like tornadoes that skateboard, right?
Tornadoes that
Somebody skipped the word
skateboard.
extreme when it's popular.
They're out there.
sports.
Woo.
I'm just saying that would terrify me.
But also slalom skiing and ski jumping.
Skydiving, you know.
All right, I'm gonna start reading now. But I think it's what the heck was that?
That was my magic mirror.
All right.
It slides off everything.
Sweden's rock stone. I feel like that's a redundancy. I'm sure that it's not supposed to be pronounced rock. It's supposed to be like rock or something.
It's what the word actually means.
But isn't it funny that they call the rock stone
The
the rock stone? Like, can't they just... Okay. Sweden's rockstone, raised by a father commemorating his recently deceased son, may contain allusions to an impending period of catastrophic cold. Oh, this could be like the long sleep.
Or it could be an ice age. When the ice age, whatever.
That's what happens when the world gets unbalanced. You just, when you don't honor the seasons. So let's look at this thing. It's cool looking.
It's rocky and stony.
But I'm trying to figure out how they know where the words are. Oh, so here this says on Gunther's Magic Mirror, it says Rock is a parish located in Östergötland, Sweden. It is mostly known for being the location where the rock runestone is kept.
So rock is actually a place,
Rock.
not a thing. Well,
Gotcha.
that's
Ooh,
it.
there's the whole picture of it. I wish you could see the whole picture here. Okay, sometime in the early 9th century, an anxious Viking mourning the death of his son began to worry that winter was coming.
George R.R. Martin is
You know-
very mad right now.
This is look at this. It's a link to another part of
Academy of
the
North
web.
Viking.
I'm just, it actually goes, you can see at the bottom.
Viking.
If it has Sean Bean holding a sword, I'm just saying.
They're Northmen.
Here we go. To cope, he channeled his fears into a wordy essay and then painstakingly chiseled onto the surface, essay that he then painstakingly chiseled onto the surface of a 5-ton slab of granite. Too much time. Where did he find the time to do this? I mean, can I just go over a timeline really fast here? Anxious Viking mourning the death of his son began to worry that winter was coming. So this hypothetically takes place right around the change of seasons between autumn and winter. But there's enough time for him to be worried that his son won't come back. And also enough time in the course of winter for him to put this wordy essay into a 5-ton slab of granite. I mean, that sounds magically fast, if you were to ask me.
Well,
How did he?
what else was he gonna do?
I don't know. Eat food, maybe sleep, whatever people did during the winter. Mend all of the socks that they got holes in. Make clothes for the next year, or sit around and chisel an essay about this.
About morals.
No, about scary weather. This unusual origin story may be behind the creation
What
of
if it's about Sharknado?
That is extreme weather.
of Sweden's Rockstone, an 8-foot-tall monolith whose enigmatic etchings, which comprise the world's longest known runic inscription, have puzzled researchers for more than a century. Well, why is it puzzling? Can they not read it? Writing this week in Futhark, International Journal of Runic Studies, a team led by Per Holmberg. Oh, I was like, Per, is that his name? But father, I mean, it sounds like father. It is. A scholar of Swedish language at the University of Gothenburg.
Batman?
That is, I like the name of that place, Gothenburg. It sounds like where you may have been born, Count Morbid.
It sounds like where the Swedish Batman lives.
The Swedish. Instead of Gotham, it's Gothenburg.
Yep, see, he knows Batman.
Yes, apparently you also know Count Dracula. So anyway, he argues, Per Holmberg argues that its text, interpreted as a grieving father's eulogy of his dead son, may also contain allusions to a broader crisis, an impending period of extreme cold. These new interpretations don't refute the paternal tribute or diminish the tragedy of the death itself. But, as the authors explain, it may widen the scope of the stone's broader message. The rock's 5 visible sides, 5, are speckled with more than 700 runes, most of which are still intact. The monolith's text, this would actually be a very...
But none of them are crossed out.
I would love to... Oops, I made a mistake. Rewrite.
They have to just take off that whole layer and start over.
You have
The
to
study's
use
findings,
liquid
which
concrete as whiteout.
Liquid concrete. So cement. The cement is your whiteout. Well, when was cement invented? Cement is actually quite old, isn't it?
I want to say the Romans actually had a version.
Cement is quite old, but concrete is not.
What's the difference between cement and concrete?
Concrete is when you mix granite into your cement.
And why does that make the cement different other than the addition of granite? Does it still work the same?
It makes it harder.
But it still works the same with regards to mixing it up and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people like it better when it's harder.
The model... And
You killed
the
her.
monolith's text hints that it was raised by a man named Varin. I like that name. Around 800 AD to commemorate his recently deceased son. Less easy to pronounce. It looks like Old English. So Vaemother, because
it's definitely not Old English.
no, but that little D with a cross through it is like a DTH sound. So, but the other letters I don't know. Vaemother.
That sounds actually right there.
The runes also mention a monarch many suspect was Theodoric the Great.
Theodoric the Great?
He wasn't Theodore, but he was Theodoric. So he was like Theodore.
So not
close to Theodore.
Close to Theodore.
And not Theodoric.
No, in fact, I dare you to say that to Theodoric's face. A 6th century ruler of the Ostrogoths who died in 526, about 3 centuries prior. Let's see. The study's findings. Well, so this was in 800. Was there some kind of ice age in the 800s? I mean, this is.
So in theory, we're actually just now coming out of the Ice Age.
Well, I don't know.
There was many Ice Age peaks. Like there was one in the 1700s even.
Was there?
Yeah, that's why.
How do you know that?
I read a book.
Oh my goodness.
That's the only book I've read from front to back.
No control. Read a book. Okay. The study's finding, that's actually fascinating. The study's findings, which drew on previous archaeological evidence, might help make sense of this somewhat anachronistic reference. Shortly after Theodoric's, I actually kind of like that name, reign ended, reports.
Don't. I think the name's terrible. Yeah.
I believe he was friends with Alban and Simon.
I'm trying to understand the sentence. Reports against France Press, a series. I don't know what that means. What is that? Against France Press. Is that a newspaper in France?
An area?
Oh. No, I'm not reading the sentence correctly. Here we go. Let me try again. Shortly after Theodoric's reign ended, reports against France Press, the series of volcanic eruptions appeared to have plunged what's now Sweden into a prolonged cold snap, devastating crop fields and prompting starvation and mass extinctions. Oh, there's a whole picture of the stone. Isn't it cool looking?
It is pretty cool looking.
Oh man, I wonder if you're allowed to touch it. You're not allowed to touch the blue stones at Stonehenge. And I wonder if you're allowed to touch it, because wouldn't it be amazing to, have paper and do a rubbing of that?
That's how you make those things go away.
I thought acid rain was how they went away.
Just
if a couple million people rub on it, it's gonna fade.
I mean, but it was just
Don't
an
rub
idea.
the monolith.
I was just saying it was a cool idea. I don't know.
Don't touch the monolith.
I got rubbings from when I was what?
Don't taunt the monolith. Don't make direct eye contact with the monolith.
The monolith does not exist. There is no monolith.
Monoliths are slightly more impressive when they're 1x4 by 9.
What defines a monolith as being
All
a
these
monolith?
planets are yours except Europa.
Europa's not a planet; it's a moon.
I mean, that you know of. There might be a planet Europa too.
Well, I mean, so basically all the planets are mine. And I also have Europa because it's not a planet. So
Well, no, because in this particular scenario, the planet that Europa as a moon was orbiting, that planet was turned into a mini sun, and thus all the moons became planets.
Right.
I have no clue what you're talking about, Count Morbid. I honestly don't.
Right.
Ion seems to know what you're talking about.
I do, and right, because in the book, Jupiter becomes a sun.
There's a book called Jupiter Becomes a Sun.
The book is called 2010.
Oh. No wonder I didn't get it. It's so out of date. It's like a whole decade old.
You're a decade old.
No. I mean, that's true.
That's why I look so good.
She appreciates it.
But not better than you. All right, here we go. Between 536 and what?
So don't make me get the clown.
You
I
can't see
mean,
the clown right now.
I like clowns, but
all they
that
see
clown.
is words right at the moment, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's read the words.
Yes. Well, no, that's not true. We have little versions of ourselves. See right there.
Oh, now I feel terrible for picking my nose this whole
You are not.
Don't feel terrible. It's you.
I'm troll.
Oh
That's the
my-
thing.
Whatever.
I didn't have a napkin.
Between 536 and 550, as much as half the population of the Scandinavian peninsula may have died. May have died?
Well,
They don't know if they died. There's some question as to whether or not they died or sailed off of the peninsula and became Roanoke Island.
Someone actually did a bunch of rubbings on the obituary monolith and screwed up the records.
Be quiet. Fueling a climactic cautionary tale that likely lingered for many decades after, according to Michelle Lim of CNN. Fittingly, writes Becky Ferreira for Vice, the stone's inscriptions make reference to 9 generations, enough to span the 300-year gap. Shaken by tales of this, are you bored? Do we need to go to the next one?
No, it's not that. It's not that.
I mean, this one is kind of long. We could just skip to the end.
He wants to skip to the point where he can pick his nose again.
That's right.
Oh.
I want to know why they're scared of extreme weather, and if Ragnarok.
Oh wait, okay, here we go. Oh, Ragnarok. Okay, fast forward a little bit. To make matters worse, eclipses and intense winters both feature prominently in Norse mythology as potential signs of Ragnarok.
That's the end of the world.
A series of events purported to bring about the demise of civilization. I feel like that is too broad of a definition for Ragnarok, because a series of events purported to bring about the demise of civilization could be, I don't know, all of existence from the beginning of time
that's
to the
Norse
end.
explaining.
It's a series of events.
Only 3 people survived Ragnarok.
Varen's concerns, it seems, were more than understandable because there were a lot of eclipses and intense winters.
So they were just lined up with the moon real well.
A liberal read of some of the text's imagery could fall in line with a climactic interpretation as well, the researchers argue. A series of battles immortalized on the stone, for instance, may have been a reference not to a clash between armies, but the chaos of climate change.
And a dance-off.
So it's
and a dance-off.
It was actually a metaphor for a dance-off. Yeah, they were having a square dancing tournament.
It's a reference to a volcanic activity that happened back then, not dissimilar to the one that happened just a few years ago.
In Sweden?
In
Iceland.
In a couple of years ago, it was Iceland, but and I cannot pronounce the name of the volcano.
Reykjavik.
It was really complicated and long, and it's because Icelandic is like that.
Okay, I totally know the volcano you're talking about, but isn't Reykjavik the capital or something of Iceland?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it blacked out like all the
but
sky out there.
it's even longer than that.
Yes.
And that is a long word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
it's a similar volcanic activity that caused the winter. But
hello, Allie. I'm saying hello to Allie.
But they might not have all died if they migrated to other parts
of Sweden.
Probably away from Sweden to
Europe. The troll wall is from Sweden.
The troll wall is in Sweden. Is that like the troll bridge in Ireland?
That's where I come from.
I thought you came from the mountains.
That's the mountain I come from.
The troll wall? Is it a wall or a mountain?
It's a mountain wall.
It's a mountain wall.
It's a mountain that goes straight up. Like a wall.
Oh.
Yeah, look it up. It's a good thing.
Well, I believe you. Maybe I will have to look it up for next time. Okay. So
you can cast doubt. It's fine.
Ooh, why do you have to throw shade? Isn't that what they say these days? Throw shade.
I don't even think Ireland
said
exists.
I wasn't casting doubt.
Clearly, so I don't really. What's this? And
yeah, go ahead and you didn't have to do that.
oh, what do I have to do?
Don't hit. Continue to cite. See, continue to cite. There you go.
Ah, okay. So we are moving on to the next article because we have determined that it's time to do that. And our article choices here. Let's see.
Is now one the UFO?
Well, let's see. We could pick two. Ooh, that could be interesting.
That sounds like the premise for M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I'm not even sure what you just said.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay, that's it. That's it right here. This is it.
okay,
This is what
so
we're doing.
article number 1. This is your two choices. If you want to hear article number 1, you have to type number 1. If you want to hear article number 2, type number 2. And article number 1 is compelling new evidence that your cat might eat your corpse. Article number 2 is the Amish keep to themselves and they're hiding a horrifying secret.
That sounds like a movie by M. Night Shyamalan.
But I don't get that, whatever you just said.
There was a movie.
Oh,
with that premise.
yes. Okay, so if you want to hear number 1, which is compelling new evidence about how your cat might eat your corpse, type number 1. And if you want to hear number 2, which is about the horrifying secret that the Amish are hiding, type number 2. Number 1 for cats, number 2 for Amish.
I don't know about this one. Look at this.
What?
They did.
Oh,
Yeah, let's not do that one.
okay. We decided we don't like the subtitle for the Amish one. It might be too graphic, actually too graphic.
Let's go with the
Yeah.
UFO. And
So
the
we're
cat.
going to skip the Amish one, and we will go with the cat for number 1, and well, there's the Frozen doll. Want to do this one?
That sounds crazy.
Okay, this are UFOs.
No, we could do this one.
Okay, number 1 for corpse eating cats, and number 2 for mom freaked out as haunted Frozen doll returns to house after she binned it twice. That's very British sounding.
It is.
A
It's the nearest
mom
British-
freaked out as a haunted Frozen doll returns to the house after she trashed it twice.
Yeah,
Threw it away
She tried to
twice.
let it go, huh?
magazine.
Yeah, she couldn't let it go.
That's really horrible.
Dad jokes again.
Here we have number 1. All right, I guess we're gonna hear about corpse eating cats.
'Cause
Corpse, because number
Cute
1
cat.
is what I see first in the
Cute cat.
screen. So
You realize it's going to do that each time you come back to it.
yeah, every time you click
do
it.
what?
Every time you click back to that tab, that thing will probably come up.
Something will.
I don't know. Here we go. Corpse eating cat.
Don't you guys get any freaking ideas now? Sort of.
No, I might have nightmares after this one. Here we are. All right. Compelling new evidence that your cat might eat your corpse. I love that's a cute kitty.
Oh Lord.
Here we go. Left alone, a human corpse will soon be feasted upon by maggots. Ew. Also, depending on the circumstances, by a cat. It is one of those pet owner musings, a conversation topic so dark that it inspired the title of a book by a mortician. Would Fluffy eat me if I dropped dead? That's a brother has chimed in.
You
got
something
something to say?
Yeah, I'm in.
The fluffiest cat in the house chimed in with a meow right after I read the title.
Is there?
I'm worried that your cats would get poisoned on glitter.
I am
That's what I'm
safe.
saying.
I don't know about these two. All right,
They'd have
see.
sparkly poop.
let's see.
Hi, buddy.
So I want to find out if the land of Amazon has this book. Would Fluffy eat me if I dropped dead?
Come on, brother. Seems likely.
The answer, according to a small, growing body of scientific literature, is a fairly clear yes. Now, but let's be fair. Humans will also eat dead human bodies if there's nothing else to eat and they're starving.
Oh, that just sounds disgusting.
Well, if you don't have thumbs to operate the doorknob to get out, what else are you gonna do?
If what? What about thumbs?
If you don't have thumbs,
thumbs to operate the door.
Then what are you gonna do? What else is you gonna do? I mean,
we're trying to make a spot
you can
for,
see
for
the
the
bottom.
cat.
If you can see the bottom of the food bowl,
It is sure catastrophe waiting to happen. Yes.
Guys,
That's my
this
sweet,
is brother.
sweet fluffy tail. I don't know if he can be seen. Let's because it's kind of small. Yes, this is my sweet fluffy tail. Yes,
He's
you
gonna be
can.
seen.
Yeah.
Oh, headbutts to my
Uh-oh.
kidneys even.
He gave you a head clunk.
He's giving me a couple.
That's tenderizing. He's tenderizing you.
And look at the-
He's tenderizing you.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness,
he's
I
a
love it.
big boy.
Okay. Yes. So here we are. Let's see. The newest entry into these annals includes photographic evidence of such dining in progress. In a recent newspaper, researchers describe the consumption of 2 different human corpses by 2 different cats, both of which displayed a taste for arm tissue. To be clear, the bodies were there for this purpose. Both were donated.
it's science.
For science, yes.
For science, can we let a cat eat you?
I bought it. I could just imagine. When I said organ donor, I didn't mean so it could be eaten by your cat, man.
I just think about all of the legalese that had to go into that. But
If that corpse would have just pet that cat, there would have been no trouble.
you're saying this was cat neglect?
Cat
A
neglect.
clear case of cat neglect, yes. To be clear, the bodies were there for that purpose. Both were donated to Colorado Mesa University's Forensic Investigation Research Station, the kind of facility commonly known as a body farm. At any given time, a few dozen corpses are decomposing on its 2 acres of salt brush dotted desert. Scientists, this is giving me goosebumps. Scientists
You're like, I want to go to that college.
and students documented what happens, and their findings help law enforcement, coroners.
He's demanding.
He's looking like he might.
There it is. It's over.
Okay, he's like, hold on. Is this article about me?
I happen to have a book that discusses just such body farms.
Do you know?
It's called Stiff. It's right over there.
Why do you have this book?
It's neat.
Okay.
That's scientifically pleasing.
Okay. Let's see.
It's about-
It helps law enforcement and medical examiners determine what is natural that happens to a body and what is not natural.
Sitting in my lap.
Said Melissa Connor. Melissa Connor, the coroner, a forensic anthropology professor who is director of the station. The station is surrounded by a 10-foot high wire-topped fence that extends 2 feet underground to keep out large animals and most burrowing ones. But it is not impervious. Connor said prairie dogs frequently pop up but pay no attention to the bodies, while cats, skunks, and snakes slip in through gaps and under a front gate. Remote cameras at the facility, which is far from houses but close to a landfill where feral cats live, had previously captured cats wandering among the grasses inside the gates. But during a routine scan of images, student Sarah Garcia gasped at the sight of one feline that turned up in late 2017 and at another that came in a few months later. These cats, one black, one striped, weren't wandering, they were eating.
I can't. This is the way he decided to go with it. I can't help it.
Whether or not the cats were striped?
I think that is just to make a differentiation between the 2 cats, because they would say, these cats, one black and the other one black. I mean, how would they know that it was 2 cats if they were only 2 black cats from afar?
They were there at the same time.
That could be one way, but it said that they came in a few months later. So how would they know that it's not a different cat? Or I mean,
Well,
not the same cat.
I don't know.
See, so they have to say one black, one stripe. That's how they knew it was different cats. Anyway, this was interesting because in part, domestic cats are known as predators, not scavengers. Both started eating when the bodies were in early stages of decomposition and ended at the onset of moist decomposition
Ugh,
when
that
fluids
word's disgusting. Moist. Ugh.
moist decomposition when fluids begin leaching. That sounds so it sounds like goblin ears slamming down the wall.
It happened. That was it.
Geocat doesn't want to be fed. Geocat wants to hunt.
Yes.
She is a mighty huntress. She hunts everything. She hunted one of my stoles. She hunted one of his rabbit pelts.
Multiple times.
She hunts everything. She hunts my coat.
If she sees my rabbit pelts,
If
she
she
goes
sees
after him.
anything that looks like it might be fuzzy, she pretty much hunts it. She hunts feathers all the time. Yes. Thinks she caught a whole bird because she has one feather. Let's see. Where am I?
So yes, Fluffy will eat the corpse.
Both ate all the way to the bone.
Ugh.
And although the cats had a buffet of more than 40 bodies to choose from, what do? Just throw them in a pile when they're done with them?
They just
Chuck
would-
them?
No, they
Yes.
put them in various environments on the property to see how
What
different
affects decomp?
how the decomposition is different amongst different environments.
Sissy.
Based on
Oh,
moisture,
yeah.
based on the amount of sunlight, the insect life.
And you know all of this too, Count Morbid. All right.
Well, it makes sense that he knows it. It's
His
weird
name is
that I know.
Morbid.
Yes, how? Why would you think I would not know about
You got this.
decomposing
You got
body
this
parts?
bass backwards.
I didn't
I
say.
use skulls in all of my decorating.
Where do you think he gets his skulls from?
Well, now I'm beginning to wonder if he buys them from the goblins.
By the way, I sent. Well, it's more of a meme than an article, but I sent something to our normal chat.
Are you
But
talking about the guy that wanted a specific thing done to his body? Yeah, I saw that.
yes, his last will and testaments. May I
Yeah.
read that real
What?
quick?
A guy gave his wife his last will and testament of what to do with his body when he dies.
Oh dear.
And so basically they quit.
Shh, don't spoil it. I'm gonna look it up.
It's not very long.
Don't
It also
spoil
might
it.
not be
Stop
appropriate.
spoiling.
Kidding.
Spoiler, no spoiler.
It's fine.
Okay.
Don't spoil it. My gosh, you're
It
like
was the
him,
name
always
of the
trying to give me
sled.
the answer.
I wasn't spoiling it by
The name
saying
of
it
the
wasn't.
sled.
It wasn't
It was dead the
inappropriate.
entire movie.
All right, I'm looking for Count Morbid. I'm
Well,
looking.
Gunther might be able to help you
Go down
find
right
it.
there. Yeah, I was telling you where to look, and you just walked away.
Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
I was gonna look over here.
It's not over there. I know where it's at.
It's in the group chat.
It's in here, towards the bottom, at the very bottom.
Well, do you see that I can't do anything? Look, it won't let me do anything. There. Now I have to wait
Do you want me to
because
get out
it's
and read it?
slow. No, I want to share it so that people on the far side of the hedge can see it.
Well, I could literally just share it to the FAE Productions page.
No, I think I've found it.
Okay. I mean, as last requests go.
It's a pretty good last request.
All right, I'm waiting. It's loading. It's loading.
Would it help if I got out and pushed?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I want to watch this because it's just cool looking. Maybe while I'm waiting. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys this, which I think is really cool looking. I have to get rid of all of these first.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me.
Oh, see, haha, manners. He knows them.
Yes,
He knows it.
Poppy fed me chili tonight.
Oh, and that makes you burp. That's a vast improvement from what happens when Gunther eats chili.
Oh,
By
I've been
far.
doing both.
Gunther.
It's like
Wait,
Ragnarok
it's
out
not
my
this
bum.
one. It's this one. No, it's this one. this. Okay, and then here. This is so cool. So while I'm waiting for that other thing to load, look at this. Uh-oh. Go away, thing. No. I don't know what we're looking at. What? Yes. Okay.
And our group chat.
Yes, I can't. Okay, this is frustrating me.
Well, I was going to say it's also on my page, or it's also on Count
Okay.
Albin Morbid.
No. Here. Okay. I'm gonna try again. I'm sorry.
I blame Gunther.
You can blame me. It's fine.
There. Look it. It's a seabees. Did you know that
It's a
it's the
what?
male seahorses that give the babies?
I didn't know that.
Isn't it cool looking? Look how many there are.
And they carry them.
It's a sea dragon giving babies. Well, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, miracle of life.
I mean, but that's an especially cool miracle of life. See, unlike
life.
some creatures, it had a hole this big for like something itty bitty, as opposed to being a hole this big for something this big.
So what you're saying is men have it easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Dag nabbit. That is not okay. God.
Throwing wieners down a hallway? Okay.
So I think this is the thing that
Clearly.
you wanted us to see, Count Morbid.
Mhm.
And it's still doing its thing. I'm sorry that it takes so long. This is why I have to prepare these things ahead of time. Alas.
Well, I only saw it earlier during this because I was incredibly bored and reading.
Are you saying I'm a terrible reader? Do I have to spice it up? Do I need to?
No, your reading
what-
is fine. Just all of you is boring. The reading's fine.
Man, you're kind of a jerk tonight, Count Morbid.
Tonight.
Jeez Louise.
Yes, tonight.
Yes. I mean,
He picked tonight.
you started off so nice. You were like, I got you a crown, Fairy Princess Lolly. And I was like, a crown? That's so nice. And then the last one, you were like, I brought you sand from the beaches of the Kingdom of Feathered Snake, where I went on a beautiful Christmas cruise. And I was like, that's amazing. You brought me sand. That was so nice of you. But tonight you're like, that's it. Enough nice. Now I'm just going to be mean
the
to
crown.
you.
The crown was 90% off.
I don't think it's going to work.
So
And,
well,
and the sand.
it's still not doing the load thing. Oh my gosh, it's after. Where are you going? Okay. I guess Ion is trying to hint at me that it is after 9 o'clock. Your thing won't load, and I'm wondering if we should take that. See, we have a date to go to a restaurant. The lot of us are going to Fairy Crash, the restaurant nearby, for dinner, where I promised the girl that we would get her geared up this week. She saw us last week and she said, how do I become fairified? And I said,
Dear.
Get some wings.
I can help. Yes, gear her up. So when we go out for dinner after we sign off here, welcome back, Ion. When we go out for dinner after we sign out here, maybe it will come through. I feel like we should just turn the timer.
Again.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? We will enchant her and she will. What?
You should go to the dinner and then afterwards die so the cats can eat.
What? No. Oh, I will. And by the way, I'm pretty certain you don't necessarily have to be dead for cats to eat you. I mean, one of my cats used to lick eyeballs. While you were asleep.
I think this is a lack of power because if you die, he's in charge.
Oh, did you hear that? Gunther says that he thinks this is a power play on your part because if I die, you're in charge.
Which means I'll have to do everything.
I don't know, though. Count Morbid doesn't like work, and being in charge sounds like work, right, Count Morbid?
Yes. No, that sounds exhausting.
It's you like delegating. which means I'll have to work a lot.
Oh, well, I can see the article here now.
It's just not.
This is it, right?
showing up very well.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
fuzzy,
So
but yes.
I don't know why it's not showing up on the. Here we go. I'm going to read it though. So I don't.
36 female.
Oh my goodness. Let me read. Dear family, I have a new set of instructions for after I die. My 36F husband, 41M. I don't know what these mean.
Why? She was a 36-year-old female. Husband was a 41-year-old male.
Oh, okay.
All right. I've learned to do.
Has some disturbing requests after he's passed away. Okay, my husband. This one is really bizarre, and I'm sorry ahead of time. My husband of 12 years has had some medical problems recently. Oh boy. The topic about end-of-life plans came up, and I asked if he wanted to be buried. He didn't want that, nor did he want to be cremated. My husband wants me to have his skull taken from his body and cleaned. Then he wants that skull put on the mantelpiece in the living room. The rest of his body he wants sent to one of those places that makes the gems out of bodies and made into 2 blue diamonds. He then wants those gems to be put in the eye socket of the skull to look like eyes. Then he can watch the family home and be passed down through the generations. This actually isn't all that weird. I mean,
This is how you get
Only
cursed
you would be
objects.
like, this isn't all that weird.
That's how you get family curses.
I mean, I'm just saying that. I mean, I would like to be put in an I Dream of Jeannie bottle and set on the mantle and passed down for generations. I think that sounds amazing.
I think
And then people can refer to me.
I think we should just turn you into a gem and stick you on a crown, and we go to the next princess.
Because with every generation that goes by, I will become more great. There is Fairy Princess Lolly. There's great Fairy Princess Lolly. There is great Fairy Princess Lolly. There is great Fairy Princess Lolly sitting on the mantle, watching over us.
Judging us contemptuously.
I don't do that.
I mean, if you're great, and you've been sitting there the whole time, I have a feeling you probably would.
Maybe over time I would grow.
Contemptuous.
Go to dinner now.
A bit ashy.
Okay. Yes. So no.
Ashy.
And by the way, there's supposed to be maple blondies this week.
I'm in. Let's go. Bye.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us out there. I know we ran just a little bit over the time. Count Morbid is about to, I don't know,
Explode.
waif away like a leaf over there if we don't go and eat our dinner. So remember, if you would like your chance to win the hand-carved mushroom from the Cloakwood, all you have to do is when we are done and we have logged out of here, you have to put the magic word, which is darkness, into the comments of this YouTube video on the YouTubes. Put the word darkness and you will be entered to win next week. And we will, not next week, next FAE News Network in 2 weeks. So
Darkness
yes,
falls across
next
the
week.
land.
Go, be
The
quiet.
midnight
Oh,
hour
I'm gonna
is
put you
close
on
at hand.
mute. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Next week, super secret council meeting, gentlemen. Yes, that's right. Cloaks required. Good night, everybody, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Darkness.
Really dark darkness.
It's so dark to darkness.
The darkest, the blackest.